Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is so very special. This is my favorite topic to talk about, and that's eyeshadow palettes. We're going to talk about my best top summer palettes for 2025. These are not all new palettes. Some of them are new, some of them are old, some of them are my absolute favorites for years. Some of them have already been discontinued. I just took a look in my collection and I thought of sharing my favorite palettes for summer season. Of course, it can be your interest. I don't go by like this palette needs to be done with summer, but I love a good color story. For summer season, I personally love a good like a neutral bronzy like summery vibe or completely colorful and like fun. Those are my vibes for summer. So if you guys want to see what are the palettes that I chose, please keep on watching. It's a mix of both like high-end palettes as well as indie palettes. But you know me how much I love my eyeshadow palettes. So let's begin. I'm going to first start off with Natasha Denona. I have two palettes from them. I Need a Warm eyeshadow palette and the Golden palette. Both of them are absolutely beautiful neutral tone, like warm tone color story, which are perfect for summer season. This is more neutral warm, I would say. This, I can wear it any time of the year. I really love it. On my neutral skin tone, I feel like I can definitely make this wear like and not appear more orangey. That's what I love about this. I really love the vibe of the I Need a Warm palette, and it has some beautiful warm bronzy, but also like this multi-chrome is so special in this palette. I love this palette for an everyday use. This is absolutely amazing. And then Golden palette. I love the shimmers of the Golden palette and I like the packaging too. Look at this. This is definitely more golden leaning. It's not orange leaning. I get like the beachy sandy vibes out of this palette, and I absolutely love the shimmers of the palette. I really love these like mattes. The deeper mattes of the palette. Nubia shade is so pretty. The Kava, Fizzy, Alchemist, these are all absolutely amazing shades. I cannot wait to wear this even more in the summertime. So definitely a must-have for summer if you don't have it already. Now let's move on to Simply Posh Cosmetics. Again, I do have two palettes from them. These brands I really like. I do have a code with Natasha Denona. It's Smithy Sony to save you 15% off. I'm not going to say it again and again. I'll leave it all in the description box below for you guys, which brands I do have a code and which I do not. Some people get super annoyed if I have a code with them. Okay, so let's begin. Simply Posh Cosmetics, I have two palettes from them, the Coastal palette as well as Citrus Sponge palette. I don't think you can find the Citrus Sponge palette anymore, but I feel like this is such a beauty for summer season. This is summery, it's punchy, it's fun for summer. Look at this. It reminds me of the lemons, the tangerines, the strawberries, the grapefruits. This is so beautiful for summer. This is vibrant. I love to use this along with my neutrals. You know, I am a little chicken when it comes to like super colorful palettes, but I love these tones like with a neutral palette. I really love it. Like a pop in the inner corner, that'll be amazing. These shimmers absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. If you have this palette, it is time to get it back in the summer season. And then Coastal palette is definitely more on the neutral side. This again, I get like that sandy beachy like vacation vibes out of this palette. I really love this. So that is the Coastal palette from Simply Posh Cosmetics. It is a beautiful blend of colorful but neutral. But these duochromes are so special. I recently did like a 3 looks 3 palettes video using the Coastal palette. I really love the look that I came out with. I love these tones. These shimmers are so special. I really love this one. So definitely had to recommend that. Now let's talk about Nomad Cosmetics. I again have two palettes from them. The first palette is going to be the Chicago Speakeasy palette. This is my favorite palette from them. Favorite. This I feel like if I was making a palette, it would be very close to this. I love that this is like neutral vibes but also fun pops of colors. This is definitely more like summery. This is more wintry, but this is my perfect palette. I could not stop raving about this palette, so I definitely wanted to talk about this. I really love this. The quality is so beautiful. It's blendable, it's buildable. These multi-chromes in the center row, it's drool worthy. On the eyelids, this shade is magical. This is my favorite shade. It's so pretty. I love it. I love it. Definitely, definitely take a look at this if you do not have it already. This is like more of an underrated palette. I feel like this is so, so beautiful. I love it. And of course, I know that you guessed this one for sure. This is the Route 66 palette. This is the newest palette from Nomad Cosmetics. But this again is so summery vibes. You have the neutrals, you have those pop of colors to have more fun, but the quality of this palette is so beautiful. I've been amazed with the looks that I have gotten out of this palette. Again, I have 3 looks with this palette already on my reveal video of this palette, but also I did a 3 looks video using this palette and made like a purpley eyeshadow look by mixing these 2 shades. It was such a gorgeous look. I got so many compliments when I wore that look. This palette is really, really magical. You can definitely take this palette to a different level altogether. It definitely needs to get more love. When you look at this palette, it might not like shout out to you, but when you apply this on your eyes, that is when it like speaks wonders about this palette. I really, really love it. Next, let's talk about Krypton Cosmetics. I have one palette to recommend from Krypton Cosmetics. I feel like Krypton Cosmetics definitely has like some beautiful palettes, but they lean either more towards like spring season or more like autumn season according to me. But when I think about like summer season, I feel like this Secret Garden 1 palette is so beautiful for that. This definitely has those like summery, punchy vibes, but they also have like some beautiful like springtime looks also. So this is like a beautiful transitioning palette from spring to summer, I would say. This is beautiful. The shades are absolutely lovely. The only thing that I'm missing in this palette is like a deep dark shade. Like I really would have loved like one more deep dark shade, but of course I can dip into any of these palettes that I am talking about and dip into one more deeper shade, but this is beautiful, absolutely lovely. I definitely had to talk about this. Beautiful, beautiful palette. And now they've started shipping back to US too, so do keep that in mind. I'm very excited about that. Okay, let's talk about Bella Beaute Bar. Now this palette, you cannot find it anymore, but this is the Sun and the Sea palette. This is a palette from Bella Beaute Bar that I absolutely fell in love with. This is my first palette from them. They generally, I feel like their color story definitely is more like Halloweeny, more witchy, more dark, deep. But this palette definitely screamed summer to me. One of the shades I completely utilized because I know I utilized a full shade because I was dressing my son as an avatar for Halloween season, and I completely utilized this blue shade on him. So I did press another like a yellowy shade. I felt like this would complement this palette really, really good with those browns and those blues together. So, but this palette is beautiful. If you have it in your collection, you need to try it out. I really, really love this one. Really beautiful. Of course, you know, Bella Beaute Bar's formula is so beautiful, and I feel like they have only improved over the years. I really, really love them as a brand too. Cannot wait to see what they have coming for us in future. So I wanted to definitely recommend the Sun and the Sea palette. Okay, let's talk about Unearthly Cosmetics. Now this might not look as summery palette, but when you see the shades inside, you'll definitely feel the vibes of the summer. I feel like Unearthly Cosmetics is also a brand that I feel like they do more like grungy shades. I adore Amanda's mind for the color stories that she creates. I've spoken about her like a lot of times on this channel. The owner of Unearthly Cosmetics, I feel like she does color stories like no other. I love the color stories, how she puts it together. It might not be your color story, but the way she combines it together, it makes it so perfect. I wanted to definitely recommend Just a Taste palette for summer season. You can feel the vibes of that heat from this side of the palette, but you also get some pops of colors here, but melted together with each other, they create some magical looks. I always get inspired with the Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes, and this is definitely a must-have in your collection, especially if you love those like greens and murky greens and those blues and purples. This is beautiful. If you love those murky greens, those purples and those orangey tones, I assure you, you would absolutely love this palette. is such a beautiful palette to have in your collection. The next palette that I'm going to talk about is from Cosmic Beauty, and this is the Nudetrals palette. This is such a beautiful nude palette, but it is more like warm tone leaning, and this palette's quality is absolutely amazing. If you are a neutral wearer but you want spicy neutrals in your life, I feel like Nudetrals palette is the way to go. The quality is absolutely amazing. The shimmers are beautiful, blendable, sparkly. I really love them. Now let's talk about Singe Beauty. The Singe Beauty's Galactic Visitor palette, I feel like, is an all year long palette. I really feel like you can create some beautiful warm tone as well as cool tone color story. But if you look at the upper half of the palette, that is like completely warm tone color story. I really love it. It's more neutral. It's more spicy, but you can create so much different looks because of those like bottom two rows too. I really would highly appreciate this. The quality is right up there. I cannot wait to see again Singe Beauty, what they have coming for us in future. I am very interested in this brand. Okay, now let's talk about Blend Bunny Cosmetics. The Blend Bunny Cosmetics Beauty Below palette is a colorful beauty. It is dark, smoky, grungy. Mine doesn't look the same just because I have customized my palette. But I really love the tones of this palette. I'll pop a picture on the screen for you guys just to show you how that palette looks by itself. But I definitely had to give like a little bit more like a lighter tone mattes to this palette so that it can be more versatile, at least on my skin tone. But I really love the vibe of this palette. It's more neutral leaning, but you have so many colors to play with. It's so fun for colors like summer season. I really had to recommend this. Now let's talk about Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath's Bronze Seduction palette, I feel like, is a perfect summer palette. You definitely have those like special shades, but the mattes that were chosen in this palette is so perfect for summer season. Of course, it's not a new palette. It is a staple in everybody's collection. If you are a collector of Pat McGrath, you have this palette in your stash, and I absolutely love to wear this in the summer season specifically. I love the mattes that were chosen for this palette. I love to wear this along with like my iridescent shades. Such a beautiful palette to have in your collection, and I will definitely get that out in the summer. Now let's talk about Sigma Beauty. The Sigma Beauty's Ambiance palette is such a beautiful, again, like it gives me summery, sandy, beachy vibes, and it is a neutral lover's dream. If you love those neutral tones, this is the palette that you need to have in your collection. The shimmers are not like textural or shifty by any means. It's a very everyday friendly palette. If you love like peachy goldeny tones, you would absolutely love this palette. It's very traditional shimmer, so if you don't like sparkle, shine, shiftiness, this is the palette for you. The mattes are very easy to blend and build. I really love the formula of Sigma Beauty. Okay, next let's talk about Ensley Rain Cosmetics. I do have 3 palettes from them. A Color Lover's Dream Strawberry Moon palette. This is such a beautiful, fun summer palette. If you love like blues and pinks, this palette needs to be you. I really love the shimmers of this palette. I am not a big colorful person, so this is not like my favorite palette from them, but the shimmers, I often dip into the shimmers in the summer season from this palette, so I definitely had to recommend it. Their palette's quality is absolutely beautiful. You have seen me rave about the palette. I also had to talk about the Flourish palette. Now, if you're like Smithy, that's like too many shades for me, like too many colorful shades for me. The Flourish palette is so fun for summer season. This has some beautiful quality of eyeshadow palettes. The mattes, the shimmers, everything is so pretty. This combination of like lighter tone mattes, mid-tone mattes, deeper tone mattes, that is so lovely in this palette. And the shimmers are so dimensional. They're absolutely wonderful. I definitely had to recommend the Flourish palette. And the newest palette from them is the Whispering Woods palette. This is the palette that I have on my eyes. This is one of the looks that I created in the reveal video of this palette. This palette is such a summer palette. If you like a spicy neutral palette but with special shades, this is an absolutely amazing palette. I love the format of this palette. The 18 pan eyeshadow palette, I feel like, is perfect for them. I love a good mix and variety of the palette that can give me variety of looks, and this palette is that. And I also love that they are not including any squishier shades now in their palettes. They're more like marbly, they're more like thinly but very dimensional sparkly shimmers. Of course, you can see it on my eyes right now. This is such a gorgeous palette. I'll link this palette's reveal video in the icons above for you guys. Now let's talk about Adept Cosmetics. Adept Cosmetics, I feel like this is my favorite palette from them. I really love Adept Cosmetics as a brand, especially when they stop doing the squishier shadows, because I feel like my eyelids definitely eat up those squishier shadows. I love the quality of this palette. This is a Flying Fiddles palette. This, again, you can get some beautiful neutral spicy looks, but also I know a lot of people consider green as neutral, so you do have options of a few greens here, but the palette's quality is amazing. I'm not a big green person, but this palette, I feel like whatever looks I create out of this palette is so beautiful and special. I cannot recommend this enough. This palette, I saw this was on a sale on Adept's website. If you have not grabbed this palette and if you're a neutral wearer, you need to try this palette. Like, trust me on that. I love this palette so very much. Last, certainly not the least, we have to talk about Glaminatrix Cosmetics, because they do some of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. I have two palettes from them. They're Sugar and Spice palette. This is a combination of multi-chrome, some pastel tones, but they also have some neutral tones. I feel like this can be so perfect for summer season. It can be fun but neutral at the same time. I love the quality of the palettes from Glaminatrix Cosmetics, and all of their palettes are magnetic, which makes it so much more easy if you are traveling and if you want your favorite shades in one palette. This is going to be amazing. But last, certainly not the least, the palette I absolutely love from Glaminatrix Cosmetics is the Barely Basics palette. This is a neutral lover's dream, but with some beautiful special shimmers. Like, of course, when you see the palette, you'll be like, Smithy, this is neutral, but these iridescent multi-chromes on the top, it makes it so much, like 10 times more special. This palette, I feel like, is my favorite palette from them. I love this palette with my whole heart. I also love their Rich Romantic palette. Those tones, I love those tones on me. I have always loved Glaminatrix formula. It's just a matter of color story whether you're going to love it or not, but the quality of the Glaminatrix shadows is absolutely there. I have a code with them. It's Smithy Sony to save you 10% off, and this is like my baby. I really love it. So those were my recommendations for the summer palettes. These are my like top favorite summer palettes from my collection. And I have over 150 palettes easily in my collection. So these made it to the cut, and I really wanted to talk about it. You guys have to let me know what are your top 3 best summer palettes in your collection. Sound it down in the comment section below. But that's all for today. If you did like my video, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.